back out on Folsom Lake again this week. I pulled up here just trying to get out of the wind. It's gusting up to about 20 miles an hour right now, so it's pretty windy. I just wanted to get out of the wind. Before I did my intro, I started fishing a little bit. I actually hit that tree pile out there. Oh, look at that. Fish just jumped. Probably a carp. Probably looked about a mile away to you guys, but I've noticed a couple of fish jumping over here. I don't know if they're carp. Probably carp. Could be bass. I don't know. But I've actually caught in between these two trees right there. Last year I just hammered them around spawn time on a little 1.5 shad colored crankbait, and I wanted to come over here, see if they're still hanging out here. I casted there a little bit. I tried there a little bit. No bites. So I'm gonna hit these random brush piles, these random rock piles, and see if I can't locate them. You know, I haven't been able to fish this in over a year, so this is the first spot I thought of, you know, with the water levels coming back up. The water temp when I got here is 58.6. Air temp is about 52. It's the first time I've come out here with just shorts and a hoodie on. All right. Tree. It's hard to adjust. 1 second this wind's gusting at 20, and the next, when I go to cast, it dies. Oh, come on. Gotta love braid wrapping around the tip of the rod. Sometimes I'm casting a little bit short. Sometimes I'm casting in the trees. I find you don't catch that many when you're throwing in the tree. So I've got this little 1.5 tied on, little shad pattern. It's got some green and blues on the side, like a little bluegill. I always like to have a bait that's got a little bit, at least a little bit of red on it when fishing shallow. I don't know, it's just a confidence thing, I'm sure. I also tied on a topwater. I tied on a Choppo 90, but I wanted to throw this little 1.5 around these trees real quick, see if I can't lose that. But we're not going to stay around here much longer. I've tried my Senko, tried my Swimbaits, and nothing around this area, so they may not. There's some brush pile. Just went through a little bush. They may not be in the wood, at least right now. Maybe this morning they're on rock, so I don't want to spend too long, you know, casting around stuff that may not hold fish. Figured I'd just go into this little cove real quick, kind of blast through this area, and if I don't get anything, well, there we go. Come on. Damn it. Fudge. Well, that's no good. I guess I could try to get my net and get that. Oh, got it. Woot! Look at that! Save my lure. Check that out. That's a carp right there next to those geese. I think it's a carp. Yeah, it looks like it. If it's a bass, it's gonna eat my swim bait any second. Oh man, I hit one of those little weeds, man. Okay, I thoroughly fished this cove. I have found some carp in here spawning, and that's kind of what kept me in here longer than I should have been. It's been about a half an hour since I've been here, about 30 to 45 minutes. But this is a perfect cove for spawning, kind of out of the wind. It's 15 to 20 mile an hour winds today. There's isolated rock piles, trees, bushes, grass, that sort of thing. I've been cruising up in 1.5 foot water. I haven't seen a single bed, a single bass. I've seen beds here in the previous years that I fished here, and I haven't seen anything. I don't think they're in these trees, at least not right now. Maybe when the sun comes up a little bit more, but I spent way too much time here in this cove. I'm gonna hit that pipe spot right across from Granite Bay, which is just right over there. That's usually a good place for me to start to see if they're on rocks on a harder bottom. I am taking a ride on the struggle bus today. My day is just not going according to plan so far. This wind is just wreaking havoc on my day. I mean, I like wind, but normally up to like, I don't know, 10, 12 miles an hour. This is blowing steady at about 18, my phone says. So 18 with gusts up to 25. I'm picking up bait fish, and I'm seeing fish on the, around the bait fish, but I can't get any of them to hit. I think I'm gonna have to abandon this and go fish to my strengths. This is crazy, man. My trolling motor on the second highest setting is barely even moving my boat. All right, that's it. I'm going back in the North Fork and getting out of this wind. I'm gonna go play to my confidence, I guess, because right now I am struggling. Holy cow, that was some rough riding on the way in. I just got to kind of my confidence area on this lake. It's basically the Narrows up the North Fork by Anderson Island. I always love these big, huge boulders. They always hold fish year round. If they're not right up on the rock up shallow, then they're maybe 15, 20 feet off, all the way down to, I've caught them here at 40, 50 feet. Right up there where that wind's coming around that point, just got my first hit on a swim bait, missed it. We're behind these hills, and my boat's still getting pushed around like I'm nothing. I mean, I'm still on the second highest setting, hiding behind these hills and these huge rocks. But at least I got a bite. Oh, there goes another bite. At least I got a couple bites now. All right, now I've had about 4 or 5 hits on this little Keitech, but they're all, I'm sure, about this size. This is a new low, but it's what I gotta do right now. I'm tired of fighting this wind. I gotta play to my strengths. I think I actually messed up that hook point there, or I hit a rock or something and just dulled the heck out of it, but I'm gonna resharpen that real quick. Lots of small guys in this area. I've also got some pretty decent guys out of here too, out of this area. When the water was up there, closer to the tops of those trees up there. Well, maybe not that one, that was a tall one, but when the water was another 20 foot higher a couple of years ago, I hit a 6.5 on a spook off of one of these little treetops. So there are bigger bass. I've hit several 3s, close to 4s in this area too on these Keitechs. Oh, there's one. Oh, just missed one. Oh, and look at that. Yep, that was one. And I got a new Keitech tied on, Electric Shad color, and I super glued the little body there to the head. I don't know if you guys are as good as me at super gluing your fingers together, even with the gel. I don't know how I do it, but boy, I am great at super gluing myself to myself. Before I got this gel, I was using the liquid stuff and got the super glue on my hands somehow, and I tried to, bite the super glue off with my teeth, and I ended up getting super glue on my tongue and super glued my tongue to the roof of my mouth. Of course it came undone, but boy, you talk about scary. I was pooping my pants for a little bit, for about 2-3 minutes. Oh, there's one. Oh boy, he hit again. little better. I don't think he's keeper. But boy, is he fat. Oh, he is a heavy little dude. All right, number 2. Look at how fat he is. All right, bud. Thanks for biting. You got to play to your strengths. Play to what your confidence is. Right now, with that wind out there, it's just, I can't do anything out in that wind. I tried throwing crankbaits and spinnerbaits. I tried drop shot and tried the same Keitech right here, and I was just struggling. You know, I could feel my confidence and my attitude getting worse and worse every minute, just sitting out there in that wind. You know, I can gank some fish on this Keitech over in the narrows on these rocks. They're always here. Need a little bit of an attitude adjustment, you know. Needed to come over here, smack a couple little guys. Oh, there's one. Just missed another one. He was a little guy. I think he just had the tail. I don't think he took my tail. I feel like I can still feel it wobbling. Yep. All right. Got to keep my tail on that one. I love these Keitechs though. I mean, I rag on them a lot, but they are definitely one of my top producers as far as catching bass goes. And if you're new to swim baits, one of the biggest things for me to catch fish is keeping that cadence. Your reel going the same speed, and then about every 4 or 5 winds, 5, 6 winds of your reel, break that cadence. Pop it there. Oh, just like that. You know, you keep that cadence at the same speed, and then all of a sudden you twitch it, you break that cadence, and the fish just go nuts for it. That's one of the biggest things though. Keep it the same cadence and break that cadence. And boy, they just, if there's anything around, they just go crazy for it. It just sets off this instinct, this primal instinct to snag it. You know, it works fantastic for me. You know, so give it a shot. I don't know, I've probably had about 10 hits now. Man, look at that. That water is so clear. This wind, you know, is probably helping, but boy, it is sure such a pain in the butt. Oh, there goes the little turtle. My little turtle. Man, I caught a turtle once. Those things put up a heck of a fight. Yeah, just keep your same cadence, like I was saying. 5 or 6 winds, and then break it, pop it. Oh, there's one right there. Just like that. Ha 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 ha. I can't give you a better example than that. You know, wind, 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 no fish. You know, right at the boat. Literally, right at the boat. You know, keep that same cadence. And then I know he's not big, but you know, that's not my fault what bites it. If you just need some fish, you just need to put some, well, that super glue didn't hold very well. Boy, look at that. The point of my hook is just dull again. Boy, I don't know if it's from me trying to sharpen it, but man, I've noticed after I've sharpened it, it needs to be resharpened like every, I don't know, like every fish. Maybe that's why I miss so many fish, is I've never sharpened it before. Oh, dang. I don't know if the camera caught that, but that was a good solid 2.5 pounder. I actually honestly thought I hooked up in some grass. Just thump. Yeah, you know what it feels like. You hit some grass, and that's what I thought it was. And kind of gave it a weak hook set, and turned out to be my big fish of the day so far. Boy, what are these cheap ass Z-Man swimbait heads, man? See if I have to. Yeah, it looks like it's dulled down a little bit, like it's rounded out that point. Man, that was a good fish, man. I hope I got that jump on camera, because that was kind of cool. Jumped in the air, threw my swimbait, my plastic one way, and my swimbait head went the other. Great. Now I gotta I wonder if that's going to affect the balance of these heads. Look how beat up that thing is. Maybe that'll affect the wobble. I don't know. But I think I'm going to change this head and we'll see if we can't get another bigger one. That hook point looks pretty sharp right now. I've only got 3 more of these swim baits. I had that swim bait on a 7-foot medium rod. And I don't think I'm getting the hook sets that I should. You know, the penetration that I should with the hook on the fish. I was thinking maybe it's just my hooks weren't sharp or something like that, so I bought a hook sharpener. I'm going to try this. It's a 7.7 medium. Yeah, 7.7 medium heavy now. I just want to try this for a bit and see if my hookup ratio is a little bit better. Okay, I got a little bit decent. Well, oh man, I thought he was decent. I don't know. He's not a keeper, but man, they're just so fat right now. They're so heavy. Not even a keeper. Ooh, boy, he was. Let's check out that hook. Boy, what the heck did he do to my swim bait? I don't know. I'll figure it out in a minute. But boy, they are chunky little suckers. That was my second hit using a medium heavy, 7.7 medium heavy. The first hit that I had, I just missed. I'm not ready to say if there's a difference or not with the medium heavy or the medium. I haven't gotten enough bites on it yet to tell if it makes a difference or not with putting numbers in the boat. I don't know if I should go to a medium or stick with this medium heavy. I'm going to try the medium heavy for a while. I got another one. This guy's a little guy. I don't know. Maybe this medium heavy rod is helping with the hook sets. I mean, I didn't really get a great hook set on this guy and got him. Ooh. Well, it's buried in there too, all the way through. All right, bro. See ya. Boy, he was still peeing. They're probably still spawning. All right, we're gonna go for some big boys here. Got a, I don't know, 5 or 6 inch mag draft on. Gonna give that a shot for a little bit. I've only got 1 bass on this mag draft so far, and he was no bigger than the bass I'm getting on these Keitechs. There's tons of rocks, tons of nooks and crannies. Oh my gosh! Oh, yep, I've got a follower. I'm already getting followers. Boy, I wish you guys could see that. Yeah, there's some mud line up there. There's some rocks. I just threw over a rock that's maybe about a foot underwater. Boy, that thing looks awesome in the water. I love that thing. This thing looks so awesome though, swimming. I'd eat it. All right, there's 2 bass sitting right there, about a foot underneath the water. And there's another one over there, and yes, they are bass. I can see their lateral lines. Oh, there's one right there. There's 2 right there. One there, one here. And those are bass. There's a big one right there. Oh man. And I could see their lateral lines. I doubt you're going to be able to see this on the GoPro, but these things are, I mean, they're sitting right there. I've tried throwing a drop shot, a Whacky rig Senko. The only thing that they're consistently hitting in this is a swim bait. Oh, come on. So I keep going back to the swim bait. I keep trying different things, but the only thing that they're hitting is a swim bait, and I think I've had 3 bites now from females. 2 in this area, and then 1 over there that actually hooked but didn't get in. In about an hour, I've had, yeah, like I said, a couple of hits from baby guys. I know that I can just feel that they're tiny when they hit. And I've had 2 good hits from what I think are females. I could, when I set the hook or when they bite, I could feel some serious weight behind it. You know, I'm not saying they're 10 pounders. I think they're probably 2 or 3. But I think I've had 2 hits from bigger ones, and you know, maybe 3 hits, 4 hits from other little guys right here. But I don't know how much longer I should try for these guys. There's one. Got him. Ooh, my first keeper of the day. My first for sure keeper of the day. Oh geez. I am, no wonder why he was right here. They're on the rocks, man. Every time I get around bigger rocks, I start getting fish. That's all there is to it. And in between these bigger rocks, in the weeds, there's beds. It's the takeaway from today. Well, there's a little guy. Oops. Little smallmouth. It looks like a little, I don't know, peeing smallmouth. Got him right up in between that rock sticking out and that little stick sticking out. They're just all over these rocks, these bigger rocks. Got another monster here. Ooh, right on the top of the nose. Thanks for biting, bud. Twisted my bait around. All right, check this out. I haven't cast it to this buoy yet, but there's a rock pile right there at the hazard buoy. Makes sense, right? I'm gonna call it now. I bet you I get a fish off of there. It's a massive rock pile, kind of isolated from the other rock piles. Every time I come across one of those, it's holding fish. So I'm gonna call it right now, and I'm gonna say I catch a fish there. If not, you'll never see this in the video. Made a wide cast to the right of that pile. Man, spot lock would be awesome right now. Oh, there's one. Ooh, decent one. Ooh, ooh. Called it. Oh yeah, this guy's a... Oh man, now I'm getting a little close to that rock pile. How is that? Talk about calling your shot. Ugh, this fat boy. All right, second keeper of the day. Tagged it. Oh man, now my motor is sitting just about on that hazard buoy. Ugh. He's a chunker. He's not big by any means. Barely a keeper, but you know, just figured I'd call my shot. His jaw feels like it's wiggling. Boy, he's nice and chunky. There you go, bud. He had some weight to him. He wasn't long at all, but he was kind of short and fat like me. I threw it way to the right, you know, just fan cast it, kind of start from the edges and then throw over the top of that bad boy. Oh, there's another hit. Oh. Missed another one. Man, it's just crazy. I feel like, did he take it? I think he took my swim bait. Oh, he took my tail. Took my tail. And there goes all my Electric Shad Keitechs. I don't have any more. I am starting to think the bass only want that other swim bait profile. I've been throwing this now for about 45 minutes. And I haven't had one bite on it. It's about an inch smaller than the other one. And it's also Swing Impact style instead of the whatever. I don't know, the other style, not the Fat Impact, the other one. All right, it's been a minute, but I got one. Locking that down. There's nothing huge. Oh, there you go. There you go. Easy release. Well, that ends my day. I tagged a bunch of fish today. I don't know, I'm guessing between 10 and 13, 10 and 14, something like that. Every single one of them on that Electric Shad Keitech. I did not throw the Okashira Mega Bass head. The reason why I did that is I wanted to test to see if the Okashira, the Mega Bass heads, if the hooks were garbage or what. The Z-Man heads that I used today, the points rounded out as well. So I think it's just banging them into rocks, catching fish on them. Those hook points just start rounding out. That's basically what it is. I sharpened them up. I got them to a nice little point. I'd catch a fish, you know, and 2, 3, 4, 5 casts later, and that point would round out again. So I think maybe that's a quality issue. I'm gonna step it up a little bit, get some Gamakatsu swimbait heads or some owner swimbait heads and try those and see if I have the same problem where those points round out. And I expect the points to round out. That's not a problem after a while, but after using it for an hour, catching 1 or 2 fish, the points round out. That, you know, that happened on both the Mega Bass Okashira screwhead to me and on the Z-Man heads, and I think that's part of the reason why I lose so many fish. I noticed at around 1 o'clock the clouds started to clear up, it started to get sunny, started to get bright, and my bites slowed down. So what I had to do is I had to just throw out that swim bait, let it sink to the bottom, and reel it right on the bottom. And as soon as I did that, I started getting more hits. I did find 2 spots today that had bass and had carp spawning. Looked like they were females. They were, I think the biggest one I seen was 5-6 pounds, but they were big. Hopefully the footage on my GoPro shows how big they were, and hopefully we're able to see them. But they were big. There were some big ones out there. So they are moving up shallow again. Even in the, you know, the sun straight up, no clouds. The fish, the bass and carp were in about a foot of water. They were just really skittish, moving off every time I got close. I tried a ton of different baits today. I tried my that huge Mega Bass, mag draft. I got a bunch of followers from like 10-inch bass, but none of them would hit it. None of them. I didn't get a bite on that. I threw that for about a half an hour, 30-45 minutes, and nothing. I threw a lot of crankbaits today, a lot of spinnerbait, nothing. I tried the Choppo for a bit, nothing. I did not throw a jig. I did throw a drop shot, not a single bite. I did throw a Senko, not a single bite. So I'm gonna buy about 5 packs of those stupid Keitechs and some either owner or Gamakatsu swimbait heads for next week, and I'll try it again. But I don't know what else to throw, man. I'm throwing crankbaits, jerk baits. I'm throwing everything. I did not throw the A-rig today at all. I didn't have enough of those Keitechs. I didn't want to put them all on one rig, you know. Next week, I'm probably going to launch out of Browns and go up south, see what I can find up there. All right, well, thanks for watching, and I'll be out next week.